right here. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is David Suttles with the High Table. This is season 3, and today I have a very, very special guest. This is a good friend of mine. We met at J. Alexander with Mr. Thursday night. Get with Banks. We was on salad and wine and all kind of stuff. Just laughing and joking. And I know a lot of her family members and went to school with her cousins and sisters. She got a whole big family.
Yeah.
Haynes Mount of Finest. And she's one of the most important people in Nashville. And she's so unassuming and so humble about it. But the universe has crowned her one of the most popular stylists in Nashville. And so I thought that, and she's so embarrassed when I say that. She's like, no, please, not me. But I just felt like we need to get to know her just a little bit. We know how I do on my show. We don't do nothing personal. But people want to know who is she, how she gets started, advice for young stylists. And so I thought she'd be a perfect guest. And so, ladies and gentlemen, season 3, High Table, I have Tanzy Wright. Introduce yourself, girl. Do your thing. Talk to him a little bit.
Hello, guys. I am Tanzy Clark-Wright. I am a hairstylist here in Nashville for about 33, 34 years now. Yeah, it's been a long time. Owner of Salon Moguls and mother of Mr. Cameron Wright.
Mr. Cameron, hey, listen. If you've seen him on Facebook, he is sharp. He's well put together. But she has a standard for excellence, and she's not gonna put up with nothing other than that. Like most mothers should. Like most mothers should. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be looking good and things are afforded to you, that comes with responsibility.
My parents were the same way.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
absolutely, yes.
It's absolutely
right. And so let's go back to the beginning, to the genesis. Okay. Talk about your upbringing. How was it with all those sisters, all those women around? Oh my goodness.
Well, I am the youngest of 4. I have 2 older sisters and an older brother. Okay. No one believes we have a brother, but my brother is 10 years older than me. Okay. Almost. Yeah, he's like 9.5 years older. But anyway, my brother went to the Air Force right out of high school. Okay. So, of course, I was still in elementary school, so most people don't really know that we have an older brother. He lives in Texas. Great man. Right. And my 2 older sisters, of course, went to school with you. Yes. We grew up in East Nashville. Okay. And then we moved to Antioch around 7th, 8th grade, something like that. Okay. So that kind of changed the trajectory of my childhood. So we moved to Antioch when pretty much not too many of us brown people lived there.
Wow, that is hard to believe.
There was a culture shock. Because again, I grew up off a straightway in East Nashville, and I've always gone to school with people of color. Right. And it was just a culture shock for me. But once I met a couple of about 2 of my best friends. We're still friends to this day. Over 40 years of friendship. I met them over the summer. Wow. In Antioch. Wow. And yeah, we're still friends to this day.
Yeah, that's a long
Went to
time.
McGavick, graduated class of 91.
Yeah.
Started doing hair in 10th grade. Fell in love with it, and I've been doing hair ever since.
So let's talk about, I was going to wait on that, but you kind of led the segue. Your hair. Uh-huh. What did you have? Was it a auntie or cousin, or were you just like the neighborhood kitchen trying to figure it out? How was this initially? What led you to that?
Initially, my sisters was in cosmetology at Maplewood. Okay. I was still in elementary school, and they would come home, do their hair, play in their kits and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to do everything that they did. I'm the baby of the family, so anything they did, especially my older sister Lonnie. Right. I don't know if any of y'all know her, but that's the real estate agent. I mimicked pretty much everything that she did, tried to anyway. Right. And So once I got in high school, my sisters were in cosmetology. So I decided, well, when I get in high school, I'm going to take cosmetology.
Right.
Not knowing that I was going to be that talented so early, but I could like see something once and like do it like immediately. Like,
right.
So I started doing like my teacher's hair. They would come down during class time.
Wow.
I would do their hair in class, and my principal.
See there?
My principal, and I was kind of like the teacher's pet.
Right.
Sort of, kind of. So it just kind of went from there. Then I did my classmates' hair, started doing my friends' hair. Then I started doing hair on the weekends, going to like their houses.
Right.
Or either their moms would pick me up, I would do their hair.
Wow.
And it kind of just went from there.
Wow.
I was I was a kitchen teacher. Because my mom eventually, she put me out of the kitchen.
Right. And initially everybody started.
All this hair, you can't have all this hair in the house. You're going to go to their house, like, that type of thing. So once I graduated high school, I got a car for graduation. Brand new car at that. Thanks, Daddy. But anyway, okay. My dad worked at Ford plant, so I got a brand new car for graduation. And so after that, I had my car, I had my little crate full of products, and I would just make house calls. Wow. But I was also working after school. I would work at a salon. Okay. After school as a shampoo tech.
Wow, everybody! I've heard that shampoo tech.
That was the way to go, and I know they don't want to do that now, but I mean that helped me cultivate my skills. Right. A lot faster than what these young ladies are doing right now.
And so, in 10th grade, it's sort of like God is kind of giving you an idea of how He wants you to do this. Mm-hmm. Going to school to actually study the art, was it easier because you already could do the hair?
Well, I was getting my hours in high school. So when I graduated, I was only like 200 hours short of me being able to get my license. So I went to Nashville Tech for maybe 3 or 4 months to finish up the 200 hours. Right. Took my test, and that was it.
Wow. And so
not to mention getting a free education at that, because now cosmetology school for 18 months is about $28,000.
27
yeah.
28,000.
What I got for free.
Wow.
That's why I think they should bring it back to the high school. Like vocational classes were so important back then.
Right. And also back, I graduated in 88. It's like it gave an opportunity for kids who didn't want to go to college.
Exactly. I was that kid.
Right. And so when people know, I think it makes the behavior better, the environment better. You have different kids that don't want to be there.
Yeah.
How about a healthy option?
Exactly.
Doing hair, working on cars.
Exactly.
Cutting hair.
Wood shop. I remember all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's crazy because when I run into some of the people from high school.
Do more famous. Scoot the microphone toward you. Just put there you go. Perfect.
I run into some people from high school. And I see they have their own business now. They're electricians. Right. They have automotive shops. They have salons. And I'm just like, we all came from these small little classrooms back in high school. And they tell you you're not going to be successful unless you go to college, which is definitely not true.
It is not true.
But I am. My son is going to college.
Oh, absolutely.
He has to go. But I'm the exception to the rule. Right. In that sense.
Well, it's kind of. I've been in the school system for years, in and out of the school system, and I see kids that obviously don't want to be there, but they have no option. Right. So now you force them to take these tests that really don't amount to nothing.
And that was me. I was like, once I got out of high school, I was like, and I did well in school. It wasn't like I wasn't on the honor roll. I was a great student. But after my 12th grade year, I knew that this is what I wanted to do. And I felt like, why would I go to college and start over with all these remedial classes in the very beginning? It has nothing to do with what you want to actually pursue. Right. You have to take all these classes for absolutely nothing until your third year,
your junior year.
It's like, to me, it just did not make sense to me. And it just turned me off. And my dad wanted me to go to FISC so bad. He was like, oh yeah, he was just like, you going to FISC? And I'm like, I'm not going to college. Like, I was hell bent on I'm going to do hair. And he was like, eventually he was like, well, look, it's no point in me sending her. She's going to waste my money. So it's just no
Right.
point. Because I knew what I wanted to do. I was already establishing myself,
Right.
and I was already financially stable at 18 years old on
Really?
my own. I didn't
Wow.
need my last year of high school. My parents didn't have to buy me anything.
Wow.
Prom,
Nothing.
get my hair done, nails done. No, I was doing all this stuff on my own.
Could they see
Now,
the vision?
I'm not going to say that they didn't contribute.
Right. Of course. Of
But
course.
I just, I felt like, my dad, I felt like, I was like Janet Jackson. Now, my dad was nothing like Joe. Don't get me
Okay.
wrong. But I'm just saying, like, I wanted to do my own thing.
Right.
And I didn't want, like, if I said I want a pair of heels or whatever,
Right.
I don't want to have to wait till we got the next or whatever you decide to get. I'm like, I can do this myself. I can get this
Wow.
myself. And, I can work and do it myself. And that's how I've always been.
And so how was it? See, traditionally, women didn't think like that in the 90s. I'm trying to think of business women in the 90s, and it just wasn't that many.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I just didn't see them or was in the space of them. But an 18-year-old who's strong-minded, who's a black woman, trying to tell a traditional mother and father, I don't need you. How was that?
I didn't tell them I didn't need
Okay.
them. No, I didn't say that.
Okay, but just financially.
Well, I think there was a lot going on during that time.
Okay.
There was a lot going on during that time. And it was a lot going on personally.
Right. Okay. Right.
So it just gave me the opportunity to kind of find my own way. Not to
Right.
mention, I had 2 older sisters. My older sister had 3 jobs. She was like in her 20s. Yeah, Lonnie always had some type of hustle
Right.
job thing going on. She would take me to work with her sometimes, and I just grew up around
Strong women.
strong women.
Right.
I mean, my aunt, and you asked me earlier, well, you touched on it earlier. My aunt did have a salon when I was growing up. Actually, where Shampoo Perry is right now, that used to be called the Wiggery.
Okay.
And so that was that was my aunt's salon, and then my cousin's wife worked there.
Okay.
And they kind of just took me up under their wing. And then, like I said, my sister used to work in the salon. So after, during the time I was in high school,
Right.
I kind of went and worked for a couple of people that they knew.
Right.
And it just kind of just went from there. And I just have always been surrounded by, strong, successful women. And I just mimicked everything that they did.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's, I'm getting kind of irritated here
Why?
Because trade schools are just not giving.
Yeah.
They don't get the props that they deserve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, say, if my air goes out in my house, man, we call somebody that went to a trade school and we'll give them any dollar amount they want to get the AC.
Absolutely.
But in metro schools and schools across the country, it's more geared towards college. Now, I understand the money grab, but it's no guarantee for a job.
No guarantee. Well, we know that. Let me say this. When I was 18, all my friends were in college, right?
Okay. All of them.
All of my friends were in college, from Memphis to MTSU, TSU, and I was probably the more financially stable one out of the group back then.
Right.
No college, just working, and they're going through college. Now, they are all doing well now, but back then, I would have to help them out.
Right. And so it seems like that you was on your path at an early age.
Very.
Of the only one, and I'm trying to think of other 18-year-olds that didn't need help from their parents. My dad was giving me $20 a week at Jamaica.
Oh
$20.
I couldn't survive. I couldn't survive off $20.
He said, "Be good." He said, "Be good."
But see, that's the thing. I didn't like. My dad would have done the same thing, but I was just like, man,
I'm not doing that.
$20 is not going to really take me too far.
Right.
So I was like, sir, no.
You're not gonna do that. Okay. So now you're getting some traction. Your name is getting out there.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the pitfalls you had early on in your path to greatness? Early on.
Oh Lord, working with friends. hiring friends.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Hiring family, hiring friends.
Oh Lord, you get a hand clap. Oh Lord, you kept it so real.
I'm just saying, you know, with growth comes wisdom.
Absolutely.
You know, so you know, I was very young and naive. My first salon, I think I was 24, 25 years old.
What was it at? Where was it
at? On Trinity Lane.
Trinity Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had one.
Right there on the corner. I was right there on Whites Creek Pike and Trinity Lane. Right
That's
there.
what we talk about.
Yeah, in the little corner.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, it went down in the cut, okay?
Tell me about
all the time.
We
were just young. We were just all young and just trying to find our way. I had a full salon, and we were just young and trying to figure it. We were all trying to figure it out. But back then, when you think about it, we're not thinking like, oh, we're all trying to figure this out.
Right.
You know, I'm going in this direction. I want the salon to be this. I want it to be high end, successful, and all of that. And I have rules, and then they're like, nobody's gonna tell me what to do. I pay you booth rent, so I can do whatever I want to do.
Oh,
and you know, just trying to learn how to manage people's personalities.
Okay.
I am well aware of that now, but back then I was so unaware, and it was just tough.
Right.
You know, because you have a friendship with people. You hired your friends first
of all,
and then they don't understand your business plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can introduce them to your plan and where you want the salon to go and how we're all supposed to move in the same direction.
Right.
But of course they have their own mind.
Right.
And they don't want to move in your direction, even though they're in your space. And to that point, now we see all these people with these suites.
That's taking off.
This is a prime example of how the suite thing has come about.
Got it.
You know, everybody wants to be the boss. Everybody wants to, and they have their own business inside of your business.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but the mindset is that they don't see themselves as having their own business inside of your business if they're in your actual business. They feel like they are working for you, even though they are paying booth rent. They are working for themselves. We're just all a conglomerate working together.
Right.
And it's hard to find people that have the same mindset and the same goals as you when it comes to that at this day and time.
Right.
Back then, it was a lot easier because they didn't have any other option.
Got it.
At that point.
Right.
But now, I can get out of school. And then another thing, too, laws have changed so much. When I graduated from high school, I couldn't open a salon the next day. I had to wait at least a year. I had to work with somebody first before you could go out and open a salon. You couldn't just get your license and then the next day have a salon suite.
Right.
It was just unheard of. And again, the laws protected us from that. It gave you an opportunity to work with somebody and learn and develop your skill set before you just jump out on your own.
Right.
But now they don't do that. And so, to me, it makes it harder. This generation, they don't see it this way, but I think it makes it harder for them to cultivate their skills when they just go out and get a suite the next day versus working with somebody. I was a shampoo tech for years, and along with me doing my own clients as well.
Right.
We had to learn how to multitask.
Right.
And do that. At this point now, they get in suites now. They don't even shampoo hair. It's like that's the first thing you learn in hair school. I'm like, so it's just so different. I'm not knocking them. I'm not a hater or anything like that.
Right.
But I'm just, from my own personal experience, it helped me to be the stylist that I am today.
Right. And so it's like old ways, traditional ways, and new ways don't mix.
It's clashing.
It clashes. And also,
but it's a mindset. It's just a mindset.
It is a mindset. Great point. But also, this is a microwave society. So we want the money now.
Yeah.
They can't see the investment in learning the craft for 2 years down the road. You know what I'm saying? And so, but also, it sounds like that taught you how to be a better business person.
Oh, absolutely.
How to deal with people. You can deal with your family. And family, they are a trip.
My sisters tell you I fired both of them. They
got to go.
They don't care. They don't care. But you know, it's funny. But yeah, I was like, it's just I had to learn. To me, doing hair is like 20% talent.
Okay.
The 80% is learning how to work among women.
Oh my God.
Yeah, learning how to work with women and, you know, learning personalities, learning how to delegate, you know.
Okay.
Learning how to pick out someone's strengths and weaknesses. And that's what actually made, when my salon was on Trinity Lane, that's what made us a good group, because I saw everyone's strengths and weaknesses and put them all together, and everybody worked in, like if someone called on the phone and they wanted twist set or something like that, I could say, oh, okay, go, I want this person with this person's hair.
Got it.
Okay, well, this person wants a color correction and a haircut, pixie. Okay, I'm going to give that person to this person because I know what their strengths were.
Right.
And so that helped grow all of their clientele while they were working in the salon. And that's what they're missing in these suites.
You know, the hardest part of a coach and leader is to get people to understand your vision. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's why in basketball, I love using basketball analogies.
Yeah.
You got positions, you know, 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Number 1 can't do what number 5 can do.
Exactly.
Number 5 can do what number 1
Exactly.
can do. So as a coach, you figure out their strengths. Why would I send you to David Sutter who can't do whatever you just said?
Exactly.
It's gonna be a fight gonna break out.
Right.
It's gonna be bad for business.
Right.
And so it shows your people skills, and even as an owner with the talent, you constantly have to develop those people skills. You know what I'm saying?
But people, sometimes people get in their feelings. They're not looking through the lens that I'm looking through when I'm making those decisions. They're only looking through the lens of they woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day.
Right.
And they come in and me giving that client to somebody else rubbed them the wrong way. When they're not looking at, hey, I'm trying to do the best thing for the actual client, because we want the client to return.
Absolutely.
We want them to be happy with their hair. We want them to return to the salon
Right.
and over and over and over again, not a one-time thing. When you think about, when I think about a client, I don't think about a client that's in my chair, oh, she's coming this one time. I think about years.
Got it.
And years of growth.
Right.
I use you know Tiffany. I use Tiffany for example.
Okay.
I've been doing Tiffany's hair since we was in high school.
Wow.
Now imagine, now she's gone to other people, got braids, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Tiffany, I will say, is a loyal client. Over 30 years.
Wow.
Probably longer than that. But just imagine, had I did something wrong and she never came back. Just imagine all the money I could have lost over 30 years of time by not accommodating her as a client.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of times people, you know, get a client and they come in and let's just say they have a negative interaction with the client. And they say, well, whatever, you know, I'll just get somebody else. Well, you can't really look at it that way, because you could be using years. You could be losing years of income.
That's right.
Years of income. And especially at my age now, I've been in the business, 30-something years already?
Right.
Most people retire at 30-something. I should be retired right now, but I'm not, you know, because of this little boy. But I'm just saying, like, those people are going to take me into retirement.
Right.
You know.
Right. You've been
because
a part of that
they've
family.
been, they, and not just her. I mean, I have so many. I'm just using her example because you know her. But I have so many, and that income, you know, especially now in today's time.
Gas is
I just filled up this morning. And I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just look at, you know, the income that you could actually lose, or you look at the income that you're actually gaining over 30-something years.
Right.
You know, I was able to purchase my home. I'm able to take care of my son. I'm able to continue my business.
Right.
So that's very important.
Right. Right. And you had the foresight to understand it's the long game.
It's the long game.
It's not right now. Because people, I've seen it in the barbershop, I will give you whatever you want, but I never come back.
See?
You know what I'm saying? I will pay you a tip or whatever, but you'll never see me again. See? And so it's something about hanging around older people that have the knowledge. And every now and then you find somebody who actually listen to the older people.
Yeah.
Well, you know, take your time. Every now and then. You know, when I speak to kids, I tell them, do something strange for me. Listen to your parents.
Yeah.
Okay? They're the only people that's never going to lie to you. Listen to the old head, the person with gray hair. Trust me, it's there for a reason.
You know, my dad used to tell me,
Well,
use your head for something more than a hat rack.
preach. Shout out to Dad. Shout out to Dad.
Yeah.
He's dropping bars.
Yeah.
And those things resonate. And so now, let's talk about, I'm going to be a little bit negative. Because I want your insight of, how was the first time you didn't do somebody's hair like you wanted it? How was their response to you, and how did you respond to them?
The first time.
The first time.
The first time that someone didn't like their hair.
Didn't like your hair.
Lord. Now I can't remember stuff from last week. You want me to make 30 years?
I lose my keys every day.
Let me see. Let me think.
Or not didn't like it, or just a questionable interaction.
I mean, I was always taught to just diffuse the situation.
De-escalate.
I have to, because again, I want this person to come back. I want them to refer someone.
That's right.
I would do my best to try to accommodate you. Now, if it's just something that's just crazy,
right?
That has nothing to do with the way that I've done the hair. You have to explain to people, like, look, you're not the lady on the picture. You don't have her hair texture. You're not her skin tone. All of this. You have to learn again.
Goodness.
No, like facial shape.
Right.
You have a totally different facial shape. So this is what I tell people. I can get you as close as it's going to look for you.
Right.
You are not the person.
So
we had hair books back then.
Yeah.
We didn't have social media. With videos and all of that. We only had hair books. So I'm like, hey, I can get you close. And you have to learn how to guide them in the direction that's going to work best for them. So that's what I learned how to do.
That's a skill set to look at a picture and say, hey, I can do that. Somebody says, I want that hair, and you make it happen, or close to it.
Yeah.
It makes me think of, Friday the movie, and the girl comes to see Chris Tucker, and he said, you ain't Janet Jackson?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. You like Freddie Jackson.
Freddie Jackson. Hold on. And so I can imagine you was like, okay, I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah.
You got to meet me halfway.
Yeah, but I just really don't remember,
right?
A negative interaction like that. I have maybe had to tell someone to leave maybe once or twice in 30-something years. Wow.
Wow.
And most of the time, it didn't really have anything to do with hair. It was the personality clash. Because I know every client is not for me. Right. I know that.
Wow.
So it was probably more so of a personality clash than them not liking their hair.
Right. And so now you're in your mid-20s. You fired your sisters. Thank the Lord. When I see them, I'm going to talk about it.
Please don't, because they're going to tell you a totally different story. They're going to be mad I said that.
Family is a trip.
Yeah, it was rough. And then my dad, he's always trying to make us be like kumbaya. He's always like that. Like when we all together, he's like, y'all don't start all that fighting today. My dad's actually sick. He's in the hospital right now. But
sorry to hear that.
But even with us going to visit him, Daddy, we haven't been fighting today. Hey, them girls are. Look, this is the thing. Having older sisters, like they used to try to bully me.
I know.
Growing up. Like, they would wait till my parents leave, and they want to try to, I'm like, yo.
Come on, man.
This ain't that. You know what I mean?
My brother was the same way.
I'm like, I grew up just always having to be tough, man. They would just be on me, and that's probably why I have such a I don't have a hard exterior, but I appear to have a hard exterior. Because, man, I grew up,
right.
Having to go back and forth with those girls. Them girls was rough.
Well, see, you're a brand. See, you're a walking billboard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so as I get to know you, I can kind of see why you are the way you are, which isn't a bad thing. Mm-hmm. But you got a brand to protect your son. And so that's very, very important. Yeah. And I like the way your son look at you and he hugs you, and it just melts your heart.
It does. And they keep telling me, they're like, he's getting 13. He's 13 going on 14. He's going to stop doing all that. He better not stop hugging and kissing on his mama.
I got pictures of my son hugging his mom. I'm like, oh my God. I don't get that kind of
hug. Y'all stop doing that. Right. Don't tell them not to do that to us. Don't do that.
Nah, he loves his mother. They have a unique relationship. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
we have movie night. We still have movie night.
I tell you something that I haven't told about. I told a few people this. My son was born the day after my wife at the time, her father passed away. Mm-hmm. So he passed away on a Friday. And a Saturday, my son was born. Mm-hmm. So that bond, grief, 24 hours, didn't have time to really grieve. Yeah. Now you in love with this new person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so their bond, and I stay out of that bond. Yeah. I stay out of that.
It's best to do that.
Yes, I know my role, right? You know what I'm saying? And so just that dynamic of love and understanding and respect. And sometimes I got to remind my son, call your mother. Mm-hmm. Text your mother. Dad, I'm busy. Trust me. Just text her. That's all she want to hear. Yeah. She probably can't sleep knowing that she hasn't heard from you. Mm-hmm. So he said, Dad, I know I'm going to do better. Please do. And so just to sit back, and I hadn't seen her in a while, so just kind of see those two kind of their own kind of communication. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool to see. You know what I'm saying? You know, Mom, eat this, try this, Mom, try this, you know. And so, but we went to hold on.
Exactly.
But it's like this sometimes. So we can keep your dad in prayer. Yeah. Be nice around your dad, man. He want to see y'all.
We do, but he loves it. He loves picking with us about it. Yeah. Like, that's his thing. And we go in the door, we like, we all good.
Oh, good.
He tell us unball our fists. Y'all got y'all fists balled up today. I'm like, no, Dad. We are good. We are good today. And our mom, she's super cool. Our mom is like our sister. Wow. I mean, she's not like our sister, but she kind of like
it. Transitions to that. They can no longer tell you.
My mom be chilling.
Right. I tell you.
Until we go on vacation.
Oh, boy.
Now, that's a whole nother story.
Everybody want to go somewhere.
No. That ain't it. That ain't, no. We already decided. We're already going. We're all together. And then that's when she does her thing. And I'll let my sisters, when you see them, I'll let my sisters tell you about her, honey.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, we always do a vacation once a year. Just us all together. Oh my God! Yeah, we did good last year though. Last summer we went to Aruba. We took her for her 80th birthday.
Oh, wow!
So, but yeah, we did good. I'll let them tell you about her. But we, as a group, as sisters, we did good because she liked to drove us crazy. But we love her. We understand, and my mom is like, she's the queen.
Yeah.
So at this point, when they get to be their age, they can do and say what they think they can do and say whatever they want, and she does.
What I've learned is my mother and father was getting older. It's the last ditch effort for respect in the house.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I wanted to keep a car in the backyard when my dad was alive. No, he can't keep the car here. He didn't. He wanted to show, hey man, I'm still the man of this. Oh, okay, Dad, I'll move the car. Yeah. So that's all that it is.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Tough though, boy.
Tough. Ooh, we don't been through it. So we don't take a left. So let's see if we have. It's all good though. It's all good. So now you're in your mid-20s, you're getting some rhythm. Is the business becoming easier for you? Or are you beginning to understand? Well, how come?
Because being in business is not easy. It's never going to be easy.
Okay.
It's not easy today.
Okay.
No, it's never going to be easy. It's
So
always something.
So how did you deal with the new trends changing and new price structuring and stuff like
I
that?
think.
I got good questions, by the way. Anyway, go ahead.
I think social media. Social media. Around the time that I had my son, actually 2012,
Okay.
I think that's when I started noticing like a change in like mindset.
Okay.
Social media breaks out. Instagram, I'll say Instagram, not
Yeah.
social media. We had Facebook. But I just think it started, stylists could see that it was other people doing things and they were all by themselves.
Yeah.
You know, in different cities.
Okay.
You seeing people, they're in Dallas, they in Houston, they in Texas, New Orleans or New York and Miami. And everybody's getting these little suites and they're talking on social media and they're talking about how wonderful it is. I work by myself, by myself. So the whole teamwork thing goes out the window. And then, of course, we was on a TV show.
Okay.
That was fun.
How was that?
It was fun. There was a lot of, now that I can talk about it because I'm out of my NDA,
Okay.
all TV. It's not scripted, but it was just all TV.
You have signed an NDA?
All action. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, our contract was like this thick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
You had to make it exciting. And so but initially, we didn't know that we had been chosen. We thought that we were actually auditioning. And so I was standing in the salon. Well, let me go back.
Okay.
I was in my office one day and I got a phone call.
Okay.
I was in my office one day, I got a phone call, and it was a producer from Bravo, and she said, hi, we saw your pictures on Facebook. You like a fun group. Have you guys ever seen Tabitha Takes Over? I'm like, yeah, we watching the salon all the time. It's so funny. We love it, And she was like, well, would you be interested in being on the show? And we was like, yeah, Well, I was like, yeah, because I hadn't told anyone yet.
Right.
And so she was like, well, I'm going to send you over a packet to read, and, we'll go from there. So I guess about a week or two later, I get the packet, and I look through everything, and then that's when I talked to my staff about it. I'm like, hey, do you guys want to audition to be on Tabitha? Of course, we watched the show every single day in the salon. So we were like, oh, yeah, until it was actually time. So I guess it probably months went by.
Okay.
Let's just say I got the packet in like maybe February, March, something like that. October, I hadn't heard from anyone. October comes around and producer calls again, and she's like, hey, you guys have been chosen to audition for the show, this and the other, and we'll be there this weekend. We're like,
oh,
what?
Wow.
It was that quick. Like, they don't give you any warning or anything.
Wow.
Because they want you to be natural.
Right. Cut off guard.
It's not scripted at all. They want you to be natural, cut off guard. So that was like on a Thursday maybe. Friday, the police come down the street. I'm on Main Street, right?
Yeah.
They block the street off. This huge trailer comes down the street. Then this guy comes in and is like, hey, we have a delivery for my address. And I'm like, no. They was like, yes, for this address. I'm like, no, because I don't know anything.
Right.
So they set up this big trailer next door. It was an empty lot. They set it up next door, and then the producer comes in, and she's like, okay, we're going to start filming. But everybody had something to do that day. So at this point, my staff is like, I ain't doing it.
No.
Yes. Come in, we were caught off guard.
Right.
And they're like, no, I'm not doing it. Everybody had a different issue.
Right.
And so the producers got with them separately and was like, hey, if you do this, we'll give you this. If you do this, we'll help you out with this. Everybody had like a different something going on.
Right.
So they fixed everybody's issues without going into what everybody's issues was.
Right.
They fixed everybody's issues. And so they were like, okay, we're going to come in tomorrow, get you guys mic'd up. Of course, everybody signed all the paperwork. And, we just started just having a regular day at the salon. And so the producer comes in and says, you know what, you guys are it's just no way that you guys really like each other. Because, I had a great team.
Right.
And so she was like, it's no way that you guys really get along like this and like each other, and you know, it's all kumbaya. Like, she's like, it's just no. She's like, she's not gonna pick y'all.
Right.
So we said, okay, well, when y'all turn these cameras back on,
it's gonna be lit.
Yeah, and so it was, and the rest is history.
Oh my God!
Because I don't want to get into all the specifics of everything that we did, but we made it exciting, and crazy. Everyone loved it.
Yeah.
And when we walked around the city after that, it was so weird. And this is probably what made me really not want to be like on TV and stuff like that. It was just too much. People, I couldn't go anywhere for a while. Like, none of us could. I was in I went in Green Hills. It was really funny about me being on the show though, because more men would come up to me and say, hey, I watched the show with my wife.
Yeah.
You guys were so good. This and the other. You guys were so talented. This and the other. Like, it was always, I mean, I'm like, I did not realize so many men watched Talent Takeover, but they would, I was in the Apple store.
Yeah.
Was it Apple store then? I was in some kind of phone store. It might have been Apple store back then, but yeah, I had a couple of people come to me, but I used to get that all of the time, like after the show had been on, and I was like, I don't really like this.
How long did it run?
I mean, they show reruns all the time in like different countries, and so when they do, my phone will start back ringing over and over and over again, and people just call to want to talk to us and stuff like that. It was fun.
I gotta go on YouTube.
You do. You have to go in there and watch it. It was really good.
Well, this is the time when you were working in my mother's hair.
Yes.
Around the time.
Stacy worked on your mom's hair. Stacy did your mom's hair.
Yes.
But yeah, your mother was coming in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That is, and I want to thank you, and I thanked you before, but I want to thank you publicly for how y'all treated my mother.
Absolutely.
And she was going through her situation.
We made sure she was okay.
Yeah, Ella. Diva.
She was a sweetheart.
Yes.
And beautiful.
Still got a couple of her fur coats back there.
Yes.
So, I didn't know I was interviewing a TV star.
Okay.
A TV star. Shy. Just a nice person. I had no idea. You don't never talk about it.
What am I supposed? I'm supposed to walk around with a banner and says, "Hey, I've been on TV."
Oh, yeah, kind of.
You got to realize, I was pregnant with my son. It's been 13 years. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cam was on there at the very end. He was 3 months. He was 3 weeks old.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, because they came back and did a recap.
Yeah.
Okay. After to see if everything she implemented, we followed her instruction.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really fun though.
It sounds like it. Nobody took nothing personal. It was just okay.
Y'all. No, we decided we was not going to throw each other under the bus, even though they threw me under the bus. Where's the camera?
I got you right here. They threw
me under the bus. They threw me under the bus, but it was okay.
Okay, all right.
It's all in fun and games, and but each one of them have gone on to do great things. Right. So I'm proud of the time that we had together, and everybody's good.
A time in your own personal history, legacy.
Yeah, and I was actually going through a lot then. With me, having my son and trying to run a business and all of that. It was a lot. There was a lot going on.
And so you made it through that phase. Mm-hmm. Do you ever just kind of sit back and think of how far you've come from the kitchen to firing your sisters? I'm trying to start stuff.
Man, you just keep on.
But your family, and then now, like, you've had a lot of growth, but also a lot of pain and discomfort. It has to come to get to where you are.
Oh, definitely.
How have you been able to manage all of that and then be a great mother?
Well, first you have to have faith.
Mm-hmm.
In 2020, right when COVID happened, so did my salon being destroyed at the same time.
Wow.
So I think that was like I really had to just step back and say, you know what, you need some time for yourself. Because I had really, I had given my career, like everything. I would always, before I had my son, I would miss birthdays, parties, all kind of stuff. From people that was important to me, because I was always working. I felt like, I couldn't take a day off. I never took a week off from work or or go on vacation. Like I would go out of town on the weekends or stuff like that, but
Right.
just not really giving myself time. And I don't know why my mindset was like that. Like I was just a workaholic.
Right.
And once I had my son, I was like, you know what? I think I took like a whole month out, like in the summertime.
Nashville.
I think I did that like a few times, and like in the summer with him, you know, just going on vacation and stuff like that. Like I just started to just really put myself first. But back to what I was saying about 2020 when the tornado happened. That's when I was like, I really just have to step back because I had moved into a small suite by myself, and I had never worked by myself ever in my 30-something years.
Wow.
So that was different, but I needed that time mentally to just figure it out because there was so much going on at one time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I lost my business, then COVID's happening. My son is in virtual school.
Oh.
And I was like, it was a whole lot.
So we can thank COVID for birthing another pivot of you taking care of yourself.
Absolutely.
And so I follow you on Instagram and Facebook, and I see you start traveling more. You start getting out the house more. When did you realize that money didn't make you happy or wouldn't make you happy? You chose yourself over making a lot of money. Let me make sure. Let me say it better. You always you got to have money, but you also need time to yourself.
Yeah.
So you can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
When did you decide that your mental health was a little bit more important than working all the time?
I think when I had my son, I had to prioritize him. And prioritizing him is prioritizing my mental health.
Right.
You know, simultaneously.
Right.
You know, so just prioritizing my son and making sure that I'm doing everything and giving him the tools that he needs to be a successful young man, young black man in society. And so I just prioritizing him prioritizes me. Right. Right. And you know, that's just what I do on a daily basis. Right. As far as like just time to myself, my mother helps me out so much with him. So that part gives me time for myself. Right. You know? Right. But still my main focus in prioritizing is prioritizing to make sure that my son becomes a successful man that I know that he can be. See, I love that. And it's sort of a gift and a curse. It is. You know, you need time for yourself to have energy to pour into everyone else. Yeah. You know, I know when you took off a month, Nashville was in a hissy fit. Like, oh my goodness. No, just think in the summer they wear braids anyway. Okay, so everybody gets braids in summer. Yeah, it's it wasn't too bad. But this is like, he was young. Right. He was young then, you know, and I could afford to do that. I can't afford to do that now. Right. I could afford to do that then, you know, I'm a planner. Okay. Whether it's written down or not, it's all in here. It's all in here. It's in there somewhere. Yeah, it's in there. So I just, you know, I'm a planner, so I just plan what I'm going to do and I execute. I've always been that way. Right. It's a part of my genetic makeup. So. Right. And so you had to organize. So yeah. You're very organized? I'm organized for myself. I might not be organized to someone else. But to you, it makes sense. No, because I have friends that are severely OCD. Oh, my goodness. And, like, you know, they are very much by the book. Right. I'm by the book in your world. In my world. Makes sense. And it always comes together. Right. Always. It's just a part of my makeup. Love it. But I am not a OCD type of. I actually procrastinate. I procrastinate, but I always get it done. I've been working on procrastination. Yeah, me too. Oh my god! But I always meet I never miss my mark. Right. Never, ever. But I will procrastinate to the very. And then you get it done. I think that's what I think that helps me to work better. Okay. Now, other people might say differently, but I'm just telling you, it's always worked for me. So now we talked about you and
and you pivoted a couple of times. You lost your business,
Lost
your
my
TV
business.
star. Did you ever? How were you in those down moments of not really knowing what's next? Like, did you find strength through prayer, through people pouring into you, or because I can recall dark moments, man. The dark moment for me may not be dark moments for you, but having a tough time in Atlanta, going through divorce, not seeing my son, she and I going at it, and it's funny, we real cool now, we laugh about it, but in that moment, it was the worst thing in the world.
Been there.
And so, living in my car for months, just wilding out, man, just wilding out. And so, I know how I got through it. Luckily, I had some praying friends, praying mother. How are you in those dark moments?
The exact same way. Especially, I've gone through divorce.
Right.
I have lost my business, newborn baby at 40, going through a divorce at the same time, all of that. Like, my friend circle, I am so grateful.
Y'all tight.
That I have, oh yeah.
Y'all are tight.
I'm so grateful that I have, not only are we just tight though, they cover me spiritually. And that makes all the difference in the world. They pray for me, they pray for my family, they pray for my son.
Wow.
And during those times, if I can't get one on the phone, I can get another one on the phone.
Right.
And they're not judgmental. They have listened to me at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm crying, keeping them up on the phone all night. Like, it was rough, and not to get into, because I really...
Right, we're not going to do it. Right.
But it was that was probably like my most trying time. And from my family, my parents, my sisters, just everybody just pouring into me, and my friend circle, they just got me through it. And they and that's why, like you said, you see me out, you see me if I'm not with one of them, you see me by myself. Right. Because I have gotten to a point to where the people that the Bible says you're supposed to be you're supposed to set yourself apart.
Yes.
And so I realized a long time ago that I just can't be everywhere with everybody, And my personality, I'm a very loyal friend. Okay. And so if I don't receive that same type of loyalty, then we just can't be friends. When I was younger, I was very naive to that. But as I've gotten, older, I'm like, it takes too long to get to know people. So I don't need any new friends.
Right.
And it's not like that people don't reach out or want to hang out and stuff like that. Right. It's not that I'm like funny acting or anything like that. I'm just very cautious and aware of my surroundings and who I want in my space. And I know, I feel like my space is sacred. My friend circle is sacred.
Right.
We protect each other. We respect each other. We love each other. And I just do not have the time at 53 to start over learning somebody's, personality and all that kind of stuff. Like, these are ladies I've been friends with for years.
Decades.
Yeah, for decades. And it's just, it's not that I would be mean to anybody or nothing like that. I'm just real cautious about people's energy. And I haven't always gotten the best energy from people. And, people think that, I'm kind of like standoffish and stuff like that. It's not that. It's just, I'm just really cautious about energies.
Right. And that's so mature of you to say that. I think we all go through that phase of wanting something more. And actually wanting something more is achieving less.
Right.
We wanted to be in all the friend groups growing up, and then we realized that's not the way to go. Then you get let down, and I've let people down too, so I'm talking about me as well.
Me too.
But at 55, my circle is extremely tight.
Yeah.
And I've chosen to love people from a distance.
Yeah.
I don't hate you, but it's just that energy.
You find your tribe. And again, like, iron sharpens iron.
Right.
And I have to have people around me that sharpens me. And if I'm the smartest one in the room, I'm the dumbest one in the room.
Preach.
So I have women that are around me that sharpen me. We sharpen each other.
Right.
And I'm not the smartest one in the group. I'm not the dumbest one in the group. There's no dumb ones in the group.
Right, absolutely.
But you get my point.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
We all have our strengths. Again, same thing, our strengths and our weaknesses.
Right.
And we lean on each other for those things.
I love that.
And it works with us. And we have a prayer group that we've been doing ever since COVID. So it's been 6 years.
Right.
We meet every Monday night at 6:00 and have prayer. Me and these women, and we've been doing it for 6 years. And people think I'm a heathen, but I'm
talking about. You get a hand clap for that.
Yeah.
That is so important for Black women.
It is.
And the narrative is Black women are in competition with one another, and they're not.
My friend circle, we're not like that. Was another thing. We're not like that at all. We love, we support, we protect each other. One of my friends, she's a serial entrepreneur. I'm not gonna call any of their names out, okay? Because Nashville is small.
Yes, it is.
But one of my friends, she's a hustler, a go-getter, a serial entrepreneur, and she had this project that she needed help on, and it was a huge project. Huge. Like, this is totally out of all of our realm. Like, we don't even, like, when she says she's gonna do something, she does it.
She's gonna get it done.
She'll say, I'm going to start this business. The next week, she's on it. She's starting the business. Okay? But anyway, she had this project. And we all came in and helped her get her across the finish line with this project. But after it was all said and done, we said, hey, girl, don't do that again, girl. That was a lot. But we helped her. And that's the type of friends we are. And it wasn't just us. She has other friends as well. We all stepped in. And we didn't want anything from her. We just wanted to make sure she reached her goal, and she did. It was such a huge task, and it was all hands on deck. And we all came together and helped over the finish line. And we felt so good about helping her. But at the end, it was like, girl, don't take on another project that, because that was a lot. But we had fun doing it. But it's just little things like that we do with each other. And also, like, even though we have our own friend circle, we have friends outside. Like, my two best friends live out of town, and all of our friends can come around and we can all hang together and it'll be a good time. There's no friction, no animosity, no anything like that, because we're genuine with each other and we're genuine with each other's friends as well. So, like, I can go out and hang out with some of their friends and they don't even have to be there. And it's still all love. It's all love. And that's just how I enjoy that about them, because I haven't always been able to do that.
Right. That is awesome. And I'm going to stop right here. It sounds like we can go on for a while. I won't interview you on down the road, okay? But I just want to say, this has been a pleasure to know a little bit. Heck yeah.
Well, hopefully you've learned a little bit more about me. And when you see me out now,
That's what I'm going to do. But I think as we get older, we get more perspective on life. We don't mind sharing a little bit more, not all of it, but just a little bit more. And I want to say thank you. And again, how you treated my mother, that's before you and I really met. You treated my mother with respect, and she loved to come to your salon and on Main Street and give y'all hell. And she
was an angel.
She was going through it.
She was an angel.
It's tough, man. Parents get older.
Oh my God.
And
I'm just now learning that in the past few weeks. This has been a major experience. My dad has been such a strong, my dad he old school. You know what I'm saying? My dad can build a house, he can work on a car, he can do anything. And, to see him, just in a space to where he's needing help.
Yeah, oh man.
it's killing him. It's killing me because I'm like, I just don't even know. I'm still trying to process the whole thing.
Right.
I'm just like,
my dad was my superhero.
Me too. And I'm like, I'm my mama's daughter, but like I'm a daddy's girl for real. Yeah. Like all of us are. So it's just hard. It's just hard to see him. But he's getting better and better every day.
Absolutely.
And we are praying for him.
We're gonna pray for him. And anybody that follows the show, please give a shout out and a prayer for her and her family, for Tanzy and her family.
Yeah.
I think when my dad passed away, just seeing him.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, in 2020. It was tough seeing him lose his strength, should I say.
Yeah.
My dad was a strong guy. He even lied to one of my teachers for me at UN Park. I'm like, that's my nigga right there. I pull with you. He said, no, you didn't do that work, boy. Don't have me here lying.
Man, okay.
So, hey, listen, this is the end of this interview, season 3, The Hot Table, Tanzy Clark-Wright. And this, lastly, I wanted to let her say her last spiel. It's very important. If you don't know her, now you know. The floor is yours, young lady.
Well, I just want to say thank you for inviting me. It's been great conversation, and I'm glad you got a little sneak peek, a little bit more of who I am. And, I'm grateful for all the blessings that I've had, the ups and the downs. Right. The downs are blessings, too.
Absolutely.
They help you learn and grow wisdom. So I'm just grateful. I'm in a great space. My life is good. My son is good. And I'm in a happy space. I'm headed to retiring in about 20 years.
The city won't let you go.
Man,
they won't let you go.
They will not. I told them I'm going to be doing like road sets at like 80.
Hey, thank you guys. This is the end of the interview, season 3, The Hot Table. We'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.
See you next time. Bye-bye.